Hey everyone, me Kevin here with an update regarding the $2,000 stimulus checks. Apparently, it is possible that the $2,000 stimulus checks might be agreeable to at least some Republicans, as it might be seen as a way to introduce unity between Republicans and Democrats. At least that's what Marco Rubio had to say last night when he sent a letter to Joe Biden. Take a look at this. Brand new letter from Marco Rubio sent to Dear President-elect Biden from Marco Rubio. Here we go. Last Wednesday was one of the darkest days in our history. All across our nation, people are looking for answers and demanding accountability. But they are also desperate for hope. Hope that political leaders in Washington can begin taking steps to heal our deeply divided nation. It would send a powerful message to the American people if, on the first day of your presidency, you call on the House and Senate to send you legislation to increase the economic impact payments to Americans struggling due to the pandemic from $600 to $2,000. This is actually really interesting because it's almost like, is Marco Rubio trying to preempt what Biden is planning on doing anyway so he can take credit for it? Or is this a sincere, hey, we're in support. You don't have to use the budget recon methods to circumvent the help of Republicans. We're with you on this. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Millions of working class families are in dire need of additional relief, which is why I supported this effort last month. Unfortunately, the Senate was not able to consider the House-passed bill. Although I share many of my colleagues' concern about the long-term effects of this additional spending, we simply cannot ignore the fact that millions of working-class families across the country are still in desperate need of relief. At a time when they need it most, we must recognize the positive message it would send to the American people and the entire world if Republicans and Democrats came together on January 20, 2021 to put the American people first. All too often, popular and necessary legislation is used as leverage to secure passage for policies that cannot pass on their own merit. We have already seen it in the midst of the pandemic when additional funding for small businesses was blocked repeatedly for months on end. Oh, there's a slam on Democrats regarding PPP funding getting blocked for having a standalone PPP bill. Please do not allow direct payments to the American people to get caught up in the normal political games by adding a wish list of far left or other unrelated priorities to the legislation. Wow, asking for another clean shot at $2,000. Well, Mitch McConnell did have that shot. Anyway, although I will disagree with your administration frequently over the next 4 years. Wow. Really salting it already, huh? Anyway, some of the way this is written, I get what's going on here, but Marco Rubio, it could have been written a little, I don't know, maybe it's okay. I am committed to working in good faith to advance critically important and effective policies on behalf of the people of this nation. Okay, fair. The true recovery, economically, politically, culturally, and spiritually, will take time, and it will require creativity that spans beyond the typical partisan divides in Washington. We do not need partisan stunts, more show votes, or cynical ploys. You have the ability to help break the paralysis in Washington by delivering desperately needed relief. I implore you to rise above the rhetoric and deliver an increase in assistance for American families. Thank you for your attention to this important matter. It's interesting. It's coming from Marco Rubio, who's obviously on the Small Business Committee. He's the architect of the PPP. I think it a little bit preempts what we expect Biden to do anyway. I don't know, while at the same time I feel like Marco Rubio is saying let's rise above politics. I feel like this is a very politically charged letter. But the good news is, if there are, say, another 20 Republicans who share this sentiment with Marco Rubio, it's entirely possible that this next stimulus package could get passed without Democrats trying to eke it by. It is possible that Biden will use bipartisan support to pass the next bill. We'll see. I'd expect we would see some liability protections in the bill if Republicans are going to be expected to join in on the stimulus bill. But that very well could happen, and maybe that is what exactly Biden is planning. So we'll see. I thought it was an interesting update. We'll see what it comes up tomorrow. Tomorrow is when Joe Biden releases his plan for stimulus checks and the complete stimulus package. That'll be fascinating to see as well. But in the meantime, there's an update on $2,000 checks. Make sure to get $30 with M1 Finance via that link down below, and up to force-free stocks with Webull worth between $21 and $1,600 when you deposit $100 via the links down below. Thanks so much for watching, and folks, we'll see you in the next video.